the South Dakota Property Rights and Local Control Alliance, SDPRLCA, would like to thank Austin Wolf for participating in our 2026 primary legislative candidate video survey. You're running for District 6 House.
That's correct.
As a nonpartisan grassroots organization, SDPRLCA is dedicated to protecting private property rights and maintaining local control. Following the 2024 general election, where 65 of 66 South Dakota counties voted no on Referred Law 21, voters are eager to hear where the 2027 legislative class stands on these core issues. And the ground rules for our survey, we invite you to introduce yourself for a minute and a half. And then we've got 5 targeted questions of 2 minutes each. And then a closing statement of 2 minutes. And upon completion of the video survey, the candidate is free to go. And all 5 questions will focus specifically on property rights and local control. And I guess you have the questions in advance. And the recordings that we're taking will be posted on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our website. So, Austin, we'd like you to introduce yourself to the voters. Please tell us about your background, your connection to your district, and what specific conviction or event led you to step forward and run for the South Dakota legislature in 2026.
Well, my name is Austin Wolf. I'm a plumber, I'm a small business owner, and I'm a dad here in District 6. I'm not a career politician. I never envisioned myself doing this. I'm somebody who works in people's homes every single day, and I see firsthand how growth, rising costs, and infrastructure issues affect working families. I believe strongly in property rights, local control, and practical solutions that actually help the people already living here. I've been a plumber here for about 20 years. I got a small business, got a family here in District 6. We're growing fast. So just want to get a handle on the property taxes, my biggest part.
Okay, very good. So you must have employees in your business?
I did, I don't now. I owned Lou's Plumbing from 2019 to 22, and then I sold it. Now I'm a one-man contracting operation. I do 1099 employees, but I work basically off of word of mouth. I'm a master plumber here in Sioux Falls and work with a lot of realtors, developers, stuff like that.
Okay,
Yep.
very good. So our first question is district specific. What do you identify as the primary property rights issue in your district, and what is your single most serious concern regarding it, such as resource depletion, loss of local control, or unintended consequences?
The biggest issue by far in District 6 is rapid growth and the pressure it's putting on the homeowners that live here. We have people that are already dealing with rising property taxes, some of the highest in the country, housing costs and infrastructure strain as our cities are growing and trying to mesh together. We got T. Harrisburg and Sioux Falls all trying to combine infrastructure and arguing over utilities. Growth is coming. The question to me is whether the people already living here actually benefit from it or not.
Okay. So, question 2 is an action plan. What specific legislative action or policy change would you champion to address this issue?
I'd focus on meaningful property tax relief and finding better infrastructure planning tied to development specifically. Seeing these cookie cutter apartments going up like crazy is not working. As a contractor and somebody who works in neighborhoods every day, I see how quickly the growth can outpace systems families rely on. I think legislation should protect homeowners and preserve affordability.
Okay. So, so if you were going to, what type of plan would you have for property tax relief as far as where the money that wouldn't be coming in from the property tax relief, where would that come from? Or would you reduce spending in some places? What would be your plan there?
I think we need to do something with the schools. I think it all comes down to the schools and how quick the growth is happening, specifically in District 6 with the schools. We're building a new school, putting a levy every 2 years. We're building schools for just freshman classes. That's just too much, and that's driving property taxes through the roof. So I'd look at something tied more towards development, but I'd really have to study a little bit more into it to see exactly where you could pull that from. I know that's a pretty tough issue here, but I think that it all comes down to the schools. So that's where I'd start to look.
Okay, so you would try to make the schools more efficient at using their money so they wouldn't need so much.
Correct.
Okay, very good.
And not asking so often.
Very good. Okay, question 3, core components. Property rights involve the right to possess, control, exclude, enjoy, and dispose. How is the right to exclusion at risk from state mandates in your district, and how will you protect it?
I think property rights are at risk anytime decisions become disconnected from the people that are actually affected by them, the people that actually live here. Whether it's state mandates or large outside interests, people want a meaningful voice that actually represents their communities and what's happening there. Local input matters. That's what I think. I think that local decisions need to be made by the people that live there.
Okay, very good. And question 4 is eminent domain. Under what specific circumstances, if any, do you believe eminent domain should be used for projects owned by private corporations?
I believe it should be used very carefully and only for clear public necessity. I think that people rightfully become concerned when private corporations can override landowners for projects that primarily benefit those same corporations, private corporations. I think property rights are foundational.
Okay, very good. And question 5 is local control. Describe a scenario in which local control is not enough protection.
I strongly support local control because the people closest to a problem are usually the people that understand it best. But there still needs to be some consistency and protection of individual rights across the state. The goal should always be balance. So, I guess that's what I'd aim for, is just a little bit more balance.
Okay, okay. Very good, very good. Well, Austin, you haven't used up very much time. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I just want to say at the end of the day, people here just want to work hard and own a home. They want to feel like their community still belongs to them. I'm not running to become a part of a political club. I'm not running to do anything except represent my neighbors honestly. I'm sick of seeing polished politicians say one thing and do another. I'm tired of there being no accountability. I see a lot of people pointing out the problems, but never really presenting any solutions. So I'm ready to dive in, get my hands dirty, roll up my sleeves and fix it. That's what I do.
Okay, okay. Very good. In closing, as we head toward the June 2nd primary, it's vital that voters know how to reach their potential representatives. For our final 2 minutes, please let the folks in District 6 know how they can contact you directly, where they can pick up a sign to show their support, how they can join your team as a volunteer, and how to give donations.
The easiest way to get a hold of me, my cell phone is listed everywhere that I have. It's listed on all of my social media pages and my website, 605-214-7701. Anytime, anywhere, any place, I'll have coffee with you. You can reach out directly to me, text me. Email is Austin Wolf, the letter 4d6@gmail.com. I can get back to emails pretty quickly. Otherwise, there's social media too. If you want signs, text me, shoot me a message on Facebook or however you want to. I'm also listed as Austin Wolf LLC is my plumbing business. My name is my brand, so you can find me there as well. I'm also having an event this Saturday, May 23rd at the Legion Hall in Harrisburg, where I'll be pouring some live, doing some copper pouring some copper bars and giving away some South Dakota silver.
Okay, well, that sounds neat.
Noon at Harrisburg Legion Hall,
Okay.
Saturday.
Well, thank you very much, Austin, for being with us tonight.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
You too.